Welcome on into the NY to MD podcast. Your hosts, Kevin Hurt and Brian Sherrard. What up, B?
Hurt, what is going on, man?
Man, how was your week, homie?
Yeah, man, it was a long week, Hurt. It was a long week.
I still think LeBron is still traveling. As he's walking across the half-court line, man.
Did he bring his baggage with him? I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, because he carried that much.
Yeah.
He carried that much.
Man, oh my goodness. How you doing, man?
Hey, it is what it is. We got, it's been a crazy week. The Mets might have a new owner soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The Wilpons may be selling, so that may be...
Oh,
it may be joy to the world soon, man.
Wow, man! You know what?
You want to talk about Christmas gifts,
man? You're Black Friday, man. Man.
Listen, I all got Daniel Snyder's. Just got just one more person,
just one more.
I'll be very happy.
Now you gonna have to go on the DL, man, because I know you're hurting a little bit here.
Yeah, well, after playing my charity football game last night with my Mustangs, back's a little stiff.
All right,
we did win both games.
Well,
both teams played hard.
Oh, okay. I'm just glad there's no low management when it comes to the NYMD podcast, man.
That's true, because I was really thinking about because this is like a back-to-back thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And this is like a road game.
Yeah.
So, it's like, back-to-back, home game, road game. Played 2 games last night and a podcast.
You played 2?
Yeah. We had 2
wow.
games.
Okay.
It was a 6:30 and a 7:30. Yeah. So by the 7:30, it got real cold.
Well, I'm glad you're taking the LeBron approach to this season.
Well, me and him are about the same age.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I took a couple weeks off. I can go in there and do it, So I didn't make, we made the postseason last season for football. But, we did well.
All right.
We did well. So I'm pretty proud. So thank you for everybody for tuning in to us. We're on Apple Podcast, iTunes, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, Stitcher apps, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and also on YouTube.
Yeah.
And follow us on our social media, which is Facebook, Instagram, and on the Twitter at NY the MD Podcast. So, man, I gotta admit, though.
What's that?
One day over any other stood out and made me happy.
Really? Oh, I know what this day is. Yes. Thursday night.
As a Mets fan, we're not a big fan of Chicago.
Okay.
But I was rooting for the Bears.
Yes.
Thursday night. And
I wonder why.
Yeah. And that's going to start my week. Well, this was the first game of week 14.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. But on week 13 review, they played, of course, Thanksgiving Day.
Yes.
And they lost.
Yep.
They played that Sunday before and they lost.
Yep.
And who the hell's going to win this division? I mean, this is it's like hot potato.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you right now, don't get too happy.
Why not?
Because the Eagles suck, man.
No,
they lost to Miami.
Horrific.
Yeah.
Horrific.
It was funny, man, because at one point I was looking at the scores, and they had a comfortable lead. I think it was like 28-14, 28-17. And I look, and it's like 37-28. I was like, what happened?
Yep.
So it's like the Eagles, it's like the Cowboys are they're handing you the division for Christmas. They're giving you a gift.
All I want for Christmas is a win.
Yeah.
Baby. And they can't.
And they can't do it.
Neither one of them.
So, look, man, the Eagles have got to take advantage of this.
Well, you know who's still mathematically alive for the division?
Your Redskins, which is crazy.
They have 3 wins.
Yeah, they're only 2 behind the Eagles.
Mathematically alive for the division.
Think about it. They're only 3 down with 4 to go.
If the Cowboys lose the rest of their games,
right,
and the Eagles beat the Cowboys but lose the rest of their games,
okay,
and Washington wins the rest of their games, Washington wins the division.
Wow.
What in Hades is going on?
Wow.
Dude.
That would be crazy.
You know what makes it worse?
San Fran or Seattle's going to have to come to D.C.
They're going to be like, 11-5, 12-4,
right,
going to a 7-9 team. It's going to remind me of that New Orleans at Seattle Beastquake game.
Yeah, beast mode, man. He was like Neo in the Matrix.
The Seahawks were 7-9 that season, but because they won a division, they hosted a wild card game against a better team, but it was a home game. And Marshawn made history.
Yeah, man. He
and had an earthquake, basically.
Yeah. I just remember watching that thinking, like, he's Neo, dude. I mean, people were coming to him, and
that was one of the best runs in postseason
dude,
history.
it was awesome.
That was so freaking awesome.
It was awesome.
Just watching that game. I still had mixed. I think were we arguing about the whole home field?
Yes,
for that? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we were.
Yeah,
and
we always do.
Because I have an easy way to solve this problem.
Oh, okay.
And I think the NFL should do this. So and I don't want to digress too much.
Yeah.
I don't want to digress, but just real quick, the way to solve this problem is to give, the best two teams have a bye, right? And then if you win your division, even if you win your division, the only way you get a home game is if your record, like, in other words, okay, if you're the 4 seed, right? Mm-hmm. Which means if you're the fourth best division winner,
which would be what Dallas or Philly would be.
The only way you get a home game is if your record is better than the team you have to play in the wild card, which is the 5th seed.
Okay,
that's the way. So in other words, the best two teams get a bye. The 3rd seed automatically gets a home team. But if you're that 4th division winner and your record is not, and this only applies to the 4th division winner, you still get to go to the playoffs. But if your record isn't as good as that wild card team, you got to go to their place. Something like that. But anyway, so where you want to start, man? You want to stick with NFL, stick with these Cowboys, man?
Yeah, no. But we can still... Oh, yeah, well, I mean, we're going to talk about them. We could just do a review of the whole week, and we can start with our picks and then go into...
Okay, all right.
And then go into Dallas.
Yeah, because I have... As I told you, my Dallas hatred, and I'm not even in the conference, I'm not even in your division, but it's really starting to irk me. And some comments I heard from a Dolphins, from a Dallas fan or personality, something,
like a writer or like a celebrity person.
No, this guy. It was a radio interview.
Oh, okay,
and it just goes to show you how much delusional these Dallas people are, man. But I'll get into that.
Okay,
our picks last week. You, for the 3rd week in a row since we've been actually tabulating.
Mind you, we've been doing this forever, but then we just started keeping track.
Right, keeping track. Yeah, you beat me for the 3rd week in a row.
I try.
All right, let's see. You called it, man. You're Redskins, man.
I just had, I don't know why, and unfortunately it cost Ron Rivera the job.
You got your boy fired, man.
They went down to Carolina, won that game. I don't know why I felt they were going to win, but I just had a feeling. And unfortunately, right after that game, or the next day, Ron Rivera, after 9 years as head coach, I did put that story, which some of you guys did follow on Facebook, on the NYMD podcast Facebook page, so I appreciate that. And which is just kind of sad. I had a feeling it was coming because they got a new owner, and he wanted some changes. And this team has been on a losing streak, and losing at home to a 2-win team at home.
And not only did they lose at home, but they handily lost at home. I mean, they tried to catch up at the end a little bit, but they were getting
Geis went off.
Yeah,
I mean they
ran for like 200 some odd yards.
It was crazy. So and and Haskins was on the field for the for the kneel down for this game. But man, so Washington beat Carolina, Tennessee and Indy.
Yeah, I thought Indy would win at home, but man, Tennessee is one of these sneaky teams, man. Tannehill's playing great. Tannehill,
he looks like a whole different dude, doesn't he?
Yes, it's like
his move north from Miami to Tennessee has given him life.
Yeah. I've never had faith in Tannehill, but you know what? I have so much faith in Tannehill.
You know who I have faith in?
What's
Derek
that?
freaking Henry.
Yeah. He's another one.
Is a monster.
Yeah,
It's like he's back at Alabama.
Yeah, but he pulled this off last year. Remember, like last year in the latter half of the season, he just kind of went off.
Yep.
He's doing the same thing this year. But getting back to Tannehill real quick, I've never really been a big fan of Tannehill, but I'm starting to get faith in him so much so I picked him up for the fantasy playoffs, and I'm starting him this week, man.
What? Well, who's your other quarterback? Aaron Rodgers?
Kyler Murray against Pittsburgh, which I'm not doing, and Baker Mayfield, which actually has a favorable matchup against Cincinnati, but I'm going with Tannehill, man.
Okay, yeah. Well, who's Tennessee playing?
Oakland. They have to travel to Oakland.
Okay. Well,
so it's going to be a little tough, but
Oakland's defense is up and down. So, yeah. Okay.
But let's see. All right, so you also got that pick right. Cleveland at Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Well, you got that one right.
Yeah.
I got that one wrong.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's defense at home, I'm not going to bet against them.
Yeah, listen.
And plus, the Clowns are a joke. The Clowns are just a joke,
the
man.
Duck came out and won that game, man.
Oh, man.
Cleveland is... honestly, I really believe Freddie Kitchens is not going to last.
What did I... Dude, I texted you. I told you. After the first Cleveland-Pittsburgh game, I texted you and I said, I will fire Freddie Kitchens tonight. He's an
they're not going to, but I mean, it
dude,
may be.
He has no control of the team. But then it's the mentality in Cleveland.
Yes.
The owner's wife. Did you see her wearing the 95 hat, yo? And so, the Myles Garrett hat.
No.
Yeah, yo. Well, what's wrong with this? You got the coach wearing the Pittsburgh started shirt. You got the owner's wife wearing the 95 hat. Like, that's the problem, yo.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, man. He has no control of the team.
Owner's
they
wife.
do what they want.
Wife?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's
okay. That's a little bit different.
Him.
But what I'm saying is,
Freddie Kitchens needs to tell the owner's wife.
No. I'm not. That's not my point.
Okay.
My point is just the whole mentality of that organization.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? And it starts.
Jimmy Haslam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't he used to be part owner of like minority owner? Yeah, of Pittsburgh. Yeah. So he's a little bit of a rebel type dude himself. So, by the way, who's coming on to play in the Premier League, Brian?
Bournemouth. Did I say that right?
It's Bournemouth.
Is Bournemouth?
It's Bournemouth.
Oh. Anyway.
Bournemouth.
I'll ask Siri. She said it right.
The way you said Bournemouth. But yes, go ahead.
Yeah, man. But, Freddie Kitchens, I would have fired him right after that game. This Cleveland season, this just goes to show you, right? You don't build teams by using a fantasy football mentality. You think of all the talent that's on Cleveland, man. If they had a legit, competent coach, they would be okay. But no, Baker does whatever he wants. Odell Beckham does whatever he wants. Landry does whatever he wants. You got, like I said, when I saw that when Beckham's wearing watches, and when him and Jarvis Landry almost got kicked out for the second half for wearing a certain type of cleat, I'm like, yo, they don't care about winning, man. They just care. All they're worried about is branding. They're worried about their brand. Look at Mayfield. All he did in the offseason, was make 50 million commercials, man, and he sucks. Odell Beckham, all he's worried about is watches and cleats, man. It's just, I'm just so glad this isn't my team, man. They need to get a coach in there who's going to kick them in the butt, man, and instill some type of discipline, man. Yeah, a legit coach. They have too much talent. They have too much talent. But anyway, I don't want to talk about the Clowns anymore.
Oakland and KC, we both had KC.
Yeah, we knew KC won losing that game.
New England at Houston.
We both had New England?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
we lost.
Yeah, we lost that one.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, that really helped us. Thank you, Deshaun. My man, Deshaun helped us, because now the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC, as it stands right now, if the playoffs were to end today, would be the number 1 seed. So, thank you, Houston.
This is true.
Minnesota, Seattle, we both picked Seattle.
Yes.
And Kirk Cousins is now 0-8
which
on
is
Monday
a real
night.
Stat, but yes.
It is a real stat.
It's not a real stat.
What do you mean it's not a real stat?
The teams. His teams have not won. It's not like he's 0-8.
No,
he hasn't won a Monday night game. Yes.
Thank you.
Fine.
Okay.
But just the whole, most of those games were with Washington, who never wins Monday night games.
Okay.
That's not even fair to him. That's all. He just, now in this situation, Minnesota, Seattle, it's just the whole wins or losses on one person. Just that one guy is stupid. I really don't. Because again, at the end of the season, we don't say Tom Brady had 12 wins and 4 losses this season.
Yeah, we do.
No, we
quarterbacks. Hold on, stop.
Well, we don't do like that. We do. New England was 12-4. Not Tom Brady was 12-4.
Quarterbacks are defined by their win-loss record.
Do we say at the end of the season that Tom Brady's 12-4?
Yes, we do. No, and we also say Tom Brady has a 69% winning percentage at home. We do. Quarterbacks are. Yes, they are defined by their win-loss record. Joe Flacco has a 10-5 playoff record on the road. We do that, Herb. Don't act like we don't do that.
You said do.
Gosh. Oh, gosh. But yes, quarterback is the only position in football where we care about their win-loss record. Yeah, and we do, and it is
like
defined.
When they do the head-to-head stuff. It's just so stupid.
But it's not stupid, because the quarterback is the most important, influential part of that team.
Unless it's the kicker.
Yeah, can't.
And you got a kicker.
Yeah.
It helped you with your victory.
Yeah,
on Sunday, which I picked, by the way.
and which I didn't.
Yeah, well, you did that on purpose, I think.
I did. I was. Yeah, I kind of did.
It was close. It was. I mean,
Yeah.
heck, it came down to 0 on the clock, and Tucker kicking a field goal.
Yeah.
So.
Now I will say this because I want to talk about this game.
Sorry, Dan. We're going to talk about this game.
Yeah. When the Ravens beat the Patriots, I was pissed off because a lot of the talking heads the next days were saying how they were. Well, no, it was really Kevin Whitlock and his crew were pretty much saying that they were more impressed with the
Jason Whitlock.
Yeah, what did I say? Kevin Whitlock.
Yeah, don't give that dude my name.
Oh, Jason Whitlock.
Yeah,
my bad.
you.
So Jason Whitlock was saying how he was more impressed with the Patriots and loss and defeat than he was with the Ravens, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous.
Because he would say something like that.
Right. Now, when I watched this game, I came away so impressed, man, with the 49ers, man. So much so, I'm convinced they're going to the Super Bowl. That is a good team. Yo, the 49ers are a good team, man.
But you know who else is a good team?
Who's that?
Seattle.
Yeah, but Seattle's good. 49ers are better than Seattle, man. See, the 49ers are good, man. I think I was underestimating them a little too much. They are a good team. They are fast on defense. Their running game was way better than I thought. Even though I know they had the second ranked rushing attack in the league, that running game is good, man. And they didn't even have Breida and Tevin Coleman really playing a whole lot. Well, Breida was hurt and Mostert was running all up and down on us. They barely put Tevin Coleman in the game. And Jimmy Garoppolo,
What's his name?
Jimmy Garoppolo, played pretty well. I mean, in those conditions, he was okay. I was really impressed with the 49ers.
He scored more
man.
points at Baltimore than at Washington.
Yeah,
in the rain.
Yeah, but it was like a monsoon in DC. That wasn't rain. That was a pour down
for real monsoon. Though.
But yeah, man, Justin Tucker is money, man.
And just think about it nowadays, how hard it is for these kickers, man. And you have a dude who's automatic.
No, automatic, as Mark Ingram put it. He is automatic. Yeah, that's what he said.
All right. Well, he did good on that other thing, but that was terrible.
Oh, okay.
Automatic. At any rate.
Anyway, man, that was a good game. I'm proud of my Ravens. Yep. I am legitimately nervous about this game tomorrow, but we'll get into that in a couple seconds. In a couple minutes.
Yeah, but I think Seattle's better than San Francisco. Only because they have a better quarterback.
Yeah, but
Russell's
I think
been in those things, and they did beat them earlier in the season, even though it was just overtime game. But those two are going to go down.
Which they shouldn't have won. So, Seattle should not have won that game, man.
They did,
and Russell Wilson threw a key interception in overtime, man.
He got a win. It counts on his winning rate.
Yeah, he got a win because San Francisco's kicker missed the game-winning field goal, but which goes to your point.
It's a win for Russell.
Yeah. It is a win for Russell.
He influenced that.
Oh gosh.
All right, let's go into week 14.
Automatic.
Oh gosh, no. Week 14 picks. Woohoo, you baby. All right, let's see. I think I'm gonna go perfect this week. I'm gonna go 6-0 on these picks.
All right.
Because I'm gonna pick all the right teams. So I want to start off out not with this game. I'm gonna start with the hard game, the hardest game on here. Actually, no, there's a bunch of hard games. But what I think is the game that I'm probably gonna know least about. San Francisco at New Orleans. That's tough.
This is
San Francisco but they stayed on the East Coast after the game.
Yeah, they stayed out and chilled out in Tampa.
Yep. For this game against New Orleans. This game, man, their defense, San Francisco's defense is real. They're going to the Dome. You know, and like this is the part of the season that last year Drew Brees kind of faded a little bit. Now he's missed a lot of games.
Yeah.
This season. And Teddy came in and was perfect until Drew Brees came back. But I honestly am picking San Francisco in this game.
Me
I'm
too.
picking San Francisco. I just think their defense is going to show up. And luckily, this is the matchup where I have Michael Thomas and I have a bye in my main league this week. So I'm okay with it. So maybe he can make up for it next week when I actually start in the playoffs. So speaking of which, I had to call out your sister on Facebook.
Why?
So real quick story about fantasy football, everybody. Nerd break. So she gave me my first loss of the season.
Yeah.
So she announced that on Facebook.
Oh, she did?
Yes. So I was like, what, 7-0 at the time or something? And she beat me, and she's like, look, I gave Kevin his first loss of the season, and her and Arno were going back and forth.
Oh,
like, okay. So of course, after the season played out, I'm still the number 1 seed, and the last day of the season, she didn't make it.
Yeah.
Oh, so sad. So guess what I had to do? I was like, you know what? I remember when you called me out for beating me to my first loss of the season. I appreciate that. But, I'm going to revenge that loss in the play. Oh, wait a second. You're not here. Yeah, so you can look on, homie. So, yeah, that was fun. I had to get her back for that.
Did she respond to you?
Yeah.
Oh,
her
okay.
and Arno going back and forth. It's like, it's just trash talk. And she's like, And then it was just this whole back and forth.
And I'm playing Arno this week, and thanks to Zeke, he's already got a 23-point lead.
Yeah, and I play Arno in the GOT league.
Yeah.
So, which is Redskin
and I'm
Cowboys
on
rivalry.
And I'm on bye on that.
Luckily, because you get lucky last week. Shouldn't have had to buy, but that's okay. Gurley has no name. We'll end up as champion. So, San Francisco. So, KC at New England.
All right. I'm curious where you're going with this one. I know where I'm going.
There's got to be a time when you look at New England and say, they're going to lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to lose this game.
No, they're not.
I know.
No, they're not.
It's going to be back to back. So, I really want to pick New England. I really do. Because my heart, my bias, their history, but this KC and their offense, they have to do something. This is their time. Like, if they really want to be the team they want to be, this is their moment. And I think they need to seize it. My brain says New England, and I really want to pick New England, but I'm just going to pick KC because I feel like they have to win this game to prove something to themselves.
You're right.
You know what I mean? But New England does not lose back-to-back games. And it's so hard because my sensibility is like, New England losing back-to-back games? Never.
Yeah.
And
especially in Foxborough, too.
Exactly.
So,
and you know how the weather's going to be.
Right.
Even though there's bad weather in KC, they're playing at home.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would pick New England 99 out of 100 times in this game. But I feel like KC needs to really reach down and, revenge that loss that they had last season and just say, we need to come in here and prove something. They have to. Because you just go in there and lose a game, you're just another team.
Yeah.
Can you compete with Baltimore? Can you compete with all the other teams in AFC? How good are you really? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So are you a Super Bowl contender? No one's talking about you right now. This is your chance to go in there and make something from nothing and go in there and take a victory from a team that you should beat because they have no offense. They have no offense.
No.
So you should go in there and do something, and we'll see. But I'm just going to pick KC. New England's probably going to win, but I'm going to pick KC because they have to do something.
And I'm also thinking about this game in terms of playoff seeding for the Ravens. So I'm in a little bit of a bind, not bind, but I'm trying to think what's the best scenario. If New England wins, that gives KC 5 losses, which means all the Ravens have to do is go 2-2 to clinch a bye. But if KC wins, that gives New England 3 losses, and we have a 1-game lead on the bye, which means we would all we have to do is go 3-1. We could lose a game and still get the bye. And still get the number 1. The problem is we would have to go 3-1. So what's it better? Go 3-1 and maintain a number 1 seed, or go 2-2 and clinch a bye, either 1 or 2. Either way is a good scenario, but so I don't know. I still haven't figured out what's the best route. I think clinching a bye, period, is the best route. So I think I need New England to win. All right, Tennessee at Oakland. Hurt.
Wow. Well, the Oakland we saw last week was not a good look. They've been competitive. They've been good at home this season. Tennessee's on a roll. Can they stop Derrick Henry? Again, it's one of these West Coast games. Oakland's got to win this game, don't they? I mean, they have to, but Tennessee has been on a roll. But this is one of these games that's just iffy. I'm going to go with Oakland on this one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I feel like it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. But Oakland, if you have anything left in you, you got to win this, man. You got to. So I'm going to pick Oakland to pull it out. We'll see what happens. But all right, we agree. All right. Seattle at the Rams. Who you got hurt?
Well, I'm definitely rooting for the Rams the week after this one because they play Dallas.
Oh, okay. Where? Do you know where?
At the Rams, I think they're playing at home. No, it's at Dallas. It's at Dallas. That game's at Dallas.
Okay.
But we'll get to that next week. So this week, Seattle at the Rams. The Rams, they need to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're actually starting to look a little bit better.
Yeah.
They get a little bit of momentum.
They didn't put up almost 40 points against who they played last week. I forgot who they played, but they killed them, whoever it was. I forgot who it was.
Yeah, because we didn't even pick that game. So it must not have been like an important game last week.
But who you got, man?
I'm gonna say Seattle.
I'm gonna say the Rams.
You're gonna say okay.
Yeah.
I want to say Seattle because they need to keep with San Francisco, because if they win and because New Orleans beat Seattle earlier in the season,
right?
Seattle beat San Francisco earlier in the season,
right?
So all these games mean something.
Yes.
For who wants the number one seed, and Seattle's playing for that number one seed because it's so hard to go up to Seattle and win, even though they've kind of lost. See, you guys went up there. A couple teams have gone up there, but still in the playoffs playing in Seattle. But I think Seattle's going to, because they're playing for more at this point.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go for the Rams because that first Seattle game, remember, like you said, that was in Seattle, and the Rams should have won that game. They lost, I believe, they lost by 1 point, and I think if their kicker made a field goal once again, they would have won. I think they lost on a missed field goal, actually. Yep. I think they went for it in the last couple seconds, and their kicker missed it. So they're going to be at home, which I don't know if that really means much for the Rams, but they're going to be at home. They need this game. And because they played them so close in Seattle the first game, I think they can beat them this game. And plus, for whatever reason, even when Jeff Fisher was on the Rams, they always give Seattle trouble. There was always a game they beat, even when they were bad. So I think they'll win this game. All right. The game.
Washington at Green Bay.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we got to go with the game that means less. The game to me.
No, I forgot we didn't pick it.
Yeah, Washington and Green Bay. So, in order for Washington to take the division, it's just still so crazy. They have 3 wins, people, and they're still mathematically live. They have to go to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field and beat Green Bay, and they won't. They can't. There's no possible way. So this is an elimination day.
Yeah.
Washington will be eliminated by Green Bay. There's no way, unless Aaron Rodgers decides to retire before the game. There's no way Washington wins this.
Yeah.
None.
Not a chance.
Zip, zilch. So, all right. Buffalo at Baltimore. Baltimore at Buffalo. I had my B's backwards. So, let's not forget, one of these teams is 10-2. One of these teams is 9-3. Hello, we forget about the Buffalo Bills circling the wagons. I mean, the Bills, they went down. They beat Dallas. I mean, everybody has.
I know you were a Bills fan that day.
Oh, my gosh. And you know what? I'm going to be a Bills fan tomorrow as well. And tomorrow, up there, we're going to put their fellow fans through tables.
How did that start? I wonder. How did tradition started?
I don't know, but you know Gronk is from Buffalo.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it explains why half those people are crazy. Because I mean, you see how he is.
Yeah,
those people are, and I have friends who are from Buffalo. They are a special breed of human, and I think they're going to win this game.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I think they're going to win this game, and again, I think Baltimore's going to end up being the number 1 seed, but I think Buffalo is surprising people.
Yeah.
And why not? Why not? And they got a good team. Allen came through. He actually showed up in prime time. They got a good defense. They're playing at home. Those fans are going to be crazy because they are like literally insane. I'm going to say Buffalo.
Yeah, me too. Unfortunately, I don't feel good about this game. It's supposed to be windy. The Ravens have won 8 in a row. You know, they're good. Buffalo's a good team. But it's going to be tough, and unfortunately, I got to go with Buffalo this week. So,
Yeah,
So
you usually pick because you want to be superstitious.
Yeah,
and usually
no, I'm only a little stitches hurt, just a little bit, but
I always pick Baltimore.
Yeah,
I'm always right,
yeah.
but I just kind of have a feeling about it.
Yeah, me too. No, seriously, last week I felt better because we were at home. This week I don't feel good at all, man. I really don't. And now that I'm hearing it's supposed to be 19 mile per hour winds with 30 mile per hour wind gusts, I'm just concerned, man. But real quick, Tim Ryan's comments. Did you have any problem with them?
I didn't even hear him.
Really?
Which one?
So this is the San Francisco 49ers broadcaster.
Yes. Okay, sorry about it. I just remember his name. Yeah. Okay, let me calm down. Sorry, it's early in the morning. I just got a little too excited.
Well, can you just go over what he said? And
it's even hard for me to. Sorry, everybody. This is just I get tired. I don't even want to rant about this because I really don't even want to feel like giving him the time of day. But to comment on the color of a skin of a quarterback with the color of their uniforms, to the color of a football, saying it was hard for them to see the exchange between QB and running back is one of the most asinine things you could say, period. Whether you're even out in the street, but you're a national broadcaster saying this on a radio show. Well, he's dark, the ball's dark, the uniforms are dark, so it's hard to see. You freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, the things that come out of people's mouths. And he's only and I think they suspended him for like this next game.
One game, yeah.
And I'm not saying he needs to lose his job or anything like that. But my gosh, what idiocy goes on like this? Just think about what you're saying.
But here's the thing that got me about this, Hurt.
Oh my God! He's dark. The ball's dark. The uniforms are dark. Is he holding the ball at his face? I mean, seriously. Is this way?
So here's what I don't want to say. I would have never. How did his mind even go there? Like, I would have never ever made that connection. First of all, it's BS because out of all the players in NFL history that have played in exchange footballs, that was the reason why people were so good at these read option fakes. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. And what about play action fakes? So when white quarterbacks are doing play action fakes, can defenders see the ball better because their skin color's lighter? Like, I don't understand. I've seen good play action fakes done by white quarterbacks, but apparently it's easier to see the ball, right?
I told Baby Yoda about this, and this is what he had to say about it. He was so upset. He couldn't even. He didn't even have words. Okay,
that's crazy, man.
Why is that coming out of your mouth?
How do you even make that connection, man? It's so stupid.
It's you make that connection because it crosses your mind. That's why. Who would ever?
So when he's wearing a white uniform, when the Ravens wear that white uniform,
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, but wearing the purple ones with a brown ball and a brown skinned quarterback, it's very difficult to see.
Wow. All right. Well, I want to go into some other comments. Okay, because I don't want to get you and Baby Yoda too more upset.
Because Baby Yoda's pissed. He's about to use the force on Tim Ryan's butt. Let me tell you.
Cowboys, man, they're delusional, man.
Yeah.
So
how about them cowgirls?
I was listening to a national radio show yesterday, and the radio host was interviewing Kevin Gray Jr. I think he does his own like sports talk show in Dallas, but he's a Dallas. I guess he's like a Dallas fan or whatever. And they were talking about Jason Garrett. And because we all know he's not going to be back.
He's gone. He gone.
Right. So they were talking about some possible coaches.
When Jerry talks this much during the season, he gone.
When you got to cut Jerry off because he's cussing on air and all this stuff. Yeah, he's
screaming
pissed.
in his pillow.
Oh man,
he gone.
But no, so I was listening to this interview and they were talking about who do you think could be a possible coach? And this dude was talking about Sean Payton. Like, Sean Payton. This dude is under contract. But he's like, no, I think Jerry, I know he's under contract, but he should give, the Cowboys should at least make a call. Like, dude, are you that, why would Sean Payton want to come there? I'm sorry, that's just delusional to me. For you to think Sean Payton will come to the Cowboys? Am I missing something?
Some kind of rumor that he's going somewhere, and when the job was up, or they feel like Jason was going to get fired years ago, honestly, there's always rumors of him and Dallas, only because
there was a former connection.
Yeah.
Why was Sean Payton? He's got it made, dude. He's got it made. You're gonna leave.
He has that town in his pocket.
Yeah, like why? He's constantly going to the playoffs. He could have been to the Super Bowl these past 2 years if it weren't for fluke plays and referees. Gosh. Drew Brees is still productive. Okay, he's not Drew Brees of old, but Drew Brees is still getting the job done. The city loves you. Ownership loves you. Like, why would you leave? I just think that's so delusional. And I understand what you're saying about rumors or whatever, but I think that's more so media rumors than anything else. Sean Payton ain't going to the Cowboys, man.
No, why, again, like you said, why would he?
Yeah.
Why would he? But the delusion of Cowboys fans that Stephen A. and I always talk about, they are the worst fan base in the history of life. And I'm glad you're finally starting to realize that.
Yeah.
Because, again, and the media, of course, exacerbates it.
Yeah. Here's what I'm realizing about Cowboys ownership, management, and their fans. They think they're way better than they really are, man.
Every year.
They think they're way
16-0 every preseason.
Yeah,
like,
but
I swear it doesn't matter how bad the previous season was. They're Super Bowl contenders every season.
Yeah, man. Like every season. Expectation of Super Bowl or bust. But
wait, if they actually win the division, which they probably will, I'm sure they'll win a game.
Right.
Now, I bet you it's going to be like, well, the season starts, everyone's 0-0. Like, that's going to be that's going to be the first thing. And Dallas is playing at home. So whoever goes and plays at Dallas better watch it. I'm telling you right now, that's going to be the narrative. It's going to be the whole narrative. It's like, well, we're going to play a home game against some good team who's better than you, but they're going to Dallas. So who knows? I mean, in a way, they're right. But it's going to be, again, like you were watching, whatever show, I can't remember that show. I think it was Skip and
Skip
and
Undisputed with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless.
Skip, and where it was like, does this hurt the Cowboys Super Bowl chances?
Oh yeah,
are we talking about the Cowboys Super Bowl chances at any point of this now?
Right.
I mean, they started out I think they were 3-0. Then they went like 3-3.
But remember who they beat? The Redskins, the Dolphins, and the Giants.
They still haven't beaten a team over 500.
They haven't?
No.
Oh.
No, they didn't. No, they have not.
They lost to the Jets. They couldn't even beat them.
They're 1-3 against the whole AFC East, period.
Man.
The only team they beat, I think, was Miami.
Yeah, they beat Miami at home.
Yes.
They beat the Giants. And they beat the Redskins.
Yeah, and they beat the Eagles.
Yeah,
they're under 500.
Right, they beat. That's right.
I forgot who their other two ones are.
Oh, okay. So they stink.
Yeah.
But they just think of themselves way more than they should.
They played the Giants twice. So it's 5. Okay. So then they beat someone else terrible. Yeah. I don't even know who it was. But yeah, I mean, but come on.
Yeah.
Come on. But that's going to be the narrative, I'm telling you. Once if they win, who they play this week? Oh, they didn't play next week. They play the Rams next week, so they might not win that game.
Oh,
but if they beat Philly or they beat us, which they probably will, then they'll still win the division.
That's crazy.
So, and it's horrible. It's horrible.
But I'm really
horrible.
just, like I said, I'm really starting to dislike the Cowboys worse than like the Steelers, man. It's crazy.
What have you heard about the Steelers this year?
Nothing. I mean,
let me tell you, what would be national news to you if the Cowboys were on their third string quarterback or
fourth string, by the way.
Yeah, fourth string quarterback or Dallas was on their fourth string quarterback. Yeah. What would be the front? What would be in the front? We don't even hear anything about it.
We don't hear anything about it. And
That's why I keep saying it doesn't matter. Dallas will always be on the front of everything. Period. Like I said, the media doesn't help. NFL Network doesn't help. ESPN doesn't help. All these places don't help. Fox, everybody, because Dallas. And yes, they bring in the ratings because they're like Duke of the NFL. Either you love them or you hate them more than life. And I hate them more than life.
Yeah.
And
so does Tom Brady.
Other people. Yeah, and that's why I love Tom. Tom terrific. Tom's great. I love Tom. Tom is one of the best people I've ever covered ever in the history of sports.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But you have to agree with him. He's hated him since the womb. He's kind of like me. I've hated him since I was, 6, 7, something like that. So, I mean, yeah, I'm good for him.
Okay.
Good for Tom. And I hope he gets a chance to beat him in 4 more years. He probably, knowing him, he might still be quarterback.
No, we need Tom to go.
We need Tom to go back.
Usher in the new era.
All right. So let's get into these, my favorite time of year, college, real quick.
Yeah, man. So last week was rivalry week.
Yes, rivalry week.
Can't say that word.
And as I put on Facebook, and everybody, I appreciate everybody commenting on Facebook, Michigan sucks. They suck. And again, Michigan is almost like Dallas in a way. I think their fans are a tad bit delusional. The dude now again, head coaches.
Wait a minute, you think their fans expect to beat Ohio State every year?
Yes, they actually
really?
do. Yes, they do. No, seriously, like this is the year we're gonna. Why would it be? You know what I mean? Like people were picking Michigan to win this game.
I picked Michigan to win this game.
Exactly. That shows you the level of delusional that they are. And of course, I picked Ohio State, and it wasn't close.
Was it like 52?
There's a talent gap there that is tremendous. It's a talent. Even Ohio State has a different coach. He's still Ryan Day is the head coach of Ohio State. The other dude's retired. He's gone. The talent gap.
Soon to be coach of the Cowboys, by the way.
Who?
Urban Meyer.
He's not going to be coach of the Cowboys. Lincoln Riley's going to be coach of the Cowboys.
Nah, I hope not. Lincoln, please stay at Oklahoma. Please. Don't make that mistake. But anyway.
Man, go ahead. Go to Dallas. Go to Dallas and deal with Jera. But still, Ohio State's worlds above Michigan, so they won that game.
All right.
The Iron Bowl. You picked Bama. I picked Auburn. And Auburn won. Yep. I just felt it. I knew this game was going to be a little bit different. This finally eliminated Alabama from the college football championship playoffs. So Soda lost at home to Wisconsin, and Soda was doing well. Then they just started going downhill. We both picked Soda. Oklahoma State in Bedlam lost to Oklahoma, even though it was a close game for a little bit. And my heart went with Florida State, and I was wrong. So that's what happens there. So real quick, championship week. We know last night the Ducks killed Utah.
Disappointing, man. Yeah, come on, Utah. You got to put up a better fight than that,
Utes,
man.
The Utes got blown. So this leaves room for either Baylor or Oklahoma. So the winner of that game could fall into the 4th slot. So who you have, Baylor or
I'm taking Oklahoma at home, man.
I'm not sure. This is the Big 12 championship. I don't think it's at Oklahoma. I think it's in Dallas, I believe. Where they play their championship games, but I'm taking Oklahoma. I mean, Baylor after having a 900-point lead at home and losing, and I think Oklahoma's going to end up making it into the playoff.
Yep.
UGA, University of Georgia, LSU in Atlanta, SEC championship game.
Okay.
Who you got?
I'm actually going to take Georgia, man.
I'm not. LSU, because if Georgia wins, guess who's not getting in?
Who's that?
Oklahoma. Because Georgia because that would be LSU's only loss. LSU's not dropping out.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
If UGA's 4, they'll stay 4-3-2 or whatever. They're not going to 1, but they'll stay in there and they'll go and they'll move up. UVA Clemson, we don't really need to talk about that because Clemson.
I didn't even know UVA made the.
Yeah, dude. They beat Virginia Tech for the first time in like 15 years. And then Ohio State at Wisconsin. Ohio State.
Of course.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's going to be it. But so we just defer on the LSU UGA.
Yeah, I think Georgia needs some good news. So I think they're going to.
We're going to talk about some NBA over on the B side. But of course, thank you for everyone to download us on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Castbox, Deezer, Spreaker, Stitcher. Google Podcast, Overcast, Spotify, our Heart Radio podcast, and of course, we are podcast downloaded on YouTube as well. So please download us, give us 5 stars, because we're 5-star type guys.
Yeah.
And any comments or anything, you can always send us. We're, like us on our Facebook page at NYMD Podcast. We're on IG and on the Twitter.
And go to our YouTube page, hit that subscribe button.
Subscribe.
And give us a like.
Because we love you.
Yeah.
And we want you to love us back.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the B-side. Welcome into the B-side of the NYMD podcast. Kevin Hurd, Brian Sherrod. We usually have a little a fun side. This time, though, we have to put in the association because we haven't paid a lot of time to the association as of late, because usually it's before Christmas.
Yeah, right.
So usually the only thing we talked about so far is China.
Yeah.
So we just talked about China, but there's a lot of news that happened in the past 2 weeks. In,
man,
the association.
Yeah, man. I know last week you were talking about some suggested schedule changes, and you also something dealing with social media you wanted to talk about as well. So we're gonna go over that. But
athletes and social media. But
yeah. But let's talk about some newsmakers in the NBA
let's
this week.
talk about, because we haven't given him time. He's now got a fully guaranteed contract from Portland. He started last night.
Yeah.
Even though they got blown out by his buddy.
Yeah.
But Melo.
Yeah, man.
Starting for Portland. He's doing well, man. He said he was going to retire if he didn't get a call from a team.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But Portland called him, got him off his bed and out on the court.
Yeah.
And like I said, and this couple of days ago, they guaranteed his contract. So.
Yeah, he was awarded Western Conference Player of the Week. Beating out James Harden and Luka Doncic. I can't say that name. Anyway, so they rewarded him with a fully guaranteed contract, which is cool. And I watched a little bit of the game last night, and Melo, he can still score, man. I mean, that was never a question about his scoring. Look, if you need some scoring, why not? You know what I mean? So, good for him. It was kind of cool to see before the game him and LeBron embrace and they're all really close friends. Yeah, so it's cool just to see your brother out there getting a chance to play. You're in the same conference, you get to see him a couple times a year, and so that's awesome. Yeah, but you know what I took away from that game, though, man?
No.
The Lakers are good, man.
Yeah, they're all right.
They're good.
They're good, but I feel they need a little bit more depth in their from their bench and everything.
Okay.
So, but there's that starting lineup, AD, Bron is going to be hard now, especially when Bron's traveling that much, looking like James Harden out there just carrying the ball.
Yo, what the heck happened, man?
This is what I want to know. If traveling is not a thing anymore, just call it. Let's just stop pretending like that's a call, because they never make it anymore. But that's so egregious.
But the thing I don't understand
is, he even apologized for it. I don't even know what happened.
He's like, I feel bad for the rest, man. Man, look, my thing is this, and that was such a bad call, because when you're bringing the ball up the court, right? First of all, the refs are looking at you to make sure you get it in, but before 16 seconds. So you're looking at him anyway. He clearly took 3 steps holding the ball. Like, how did you miss that? Even I forgot who the player was defending him. He was like, come on.
The dude from Utah was like, yo.
What are you doing?
Like, yo.
Like, look, I know they're LeBron rules,
couple years ago for the inbounds, where he would the dude inbounds the ball. He just took like 3-4 steps, holding the ball, pointing to where he wanted to go before he started dribbling.
No, I don't remember that one.
Oh my god, that was. They just stopped calling that, but that was freaking hilarious.
That was funny, man. That was funny.
I'm sorry, it was Burnley, not Bournemouth.
Oh.
Burnley's losing the title.
Oh, Burnley.
Because
okay.
Bournemouth is on TV against Liverpool.
Okay.
My bad. English Premier League. But yeah. Oh my god, dude.
That was crazy. We had another crazy ref moment, man.
Oh, I must have missed this one. What was this one?
The Rockets, James Harden dunk.
Dude. How do you... So, he dunks the ball, right? It went through the hoop.
Clearly.
The net did this little twisty thing and threw the ball. It didn't throw it back out, though. It went just up.
Right. It went around the hoop and back
around
into
the hoop
it.
and back out.
Right.
But it didn't go out like it didn't, you know, how
Right.
sometimes their
It
hand
bounced
comes
off
in
the rim.
and they dunk it and
Right.
the ball. It didn't do that. It went through.
Right.
The net, swung around on the outside, threw the ball basically back up and kind of like went in again. And it didn't count for anything. This was like towards the end of the game, too.
Well, it was about a little over 7 minutes left. They were up by 13.
In the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter. They were up by 13. If the basket counts, they would have been up by 15. That game wound up going to overtime and they lose.
Yep.
And apparently they protested the game,
They
which
want to protest.
yeah, which is BS, man. You even without that dunk, you're up 13 points. I'm sorry, but you know, I don't think you can say that was the reason, that missed dunk was the reason why y'all lost. So you could put that under protest, but nah, sorry.
But that's, how do you miss that? Didn't D'Antoni challenge? He was going to challenge. Then one ref said, you can't challenge. You got to do something else. Then he said, I want to challenge. Then they said he took too long to challenge. What's the freaking rule? Somebody make up your mind. Is there any referee organization in professional sports anywhere that's good? No. I have not seen Premier League, NFL, MLB, NBA, I don't know if the AFL is going to still be around. AFL, I mean, maybe XFL might get it right. I don't know. I can't deal with this nonsense. He dunked the ball. It went through the hoop. Then he's like, oh, it took too long for you to challenge. How about you get the call right in the first place? How do you miss that? It's literally right in front of you. How many eyes do you need to see that? They should have just had 2 points. And I agree that they shouldn't have lost the lead in the first place, but get the calls right. Just get the calls right.
So hurt.
And no, I don't believe in the whole protesting, and you lost the lead. Hold on to the lead.
If it was like 30 seconds or like 2 seconds left
to win the game,
right?
Or that was like a lead or on the way back to winning something,
right?
If there wasn't that big in 7 minutes left, it was 7 seconds left. Yeah, I would be like, you know what? No, you need to go look at. I would have got tossed out probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you need to go look at something because that dunk should have counted. And that you can't take that off the board for us.
Nah.
But I mean, they had a lot of time to make up for it, and they didn't. So it was just ridiculous. Referees, but one good thing though.
What's that?
Is that my boy K Love is on the trade block?
I heard, man.
So hopefully,
you know where he's going, right?
Well, I'm hoping he would be a Laker.
He's going to the Lakers, man.
I doubt it because they would have to trade up. They don't have a lot to trade, so they would have to get, unless they're just giving up draft picks, which I don't know if they even have any left.
Yeah, that's true.
So if he goes anywhere, it may be like a place like Portland. Because I mean, he would be good in Portland. They need someone to get those rebounds. They need someone to help in the center because again they're light on forwards because they lost a lot of people to injury. So that's why they signed Melo. And having K Love who can get boards, who can play defense a little bit better, and can make those 3-pointers, I think he'd be great for Portland or like a Utah or something like that.
You know where else I see him going?
Nope.
This may sound crazy. Boston.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, those are always, you remember he's supposed to go to Boston like 3-4 years ago and never went.
Yeah.
But yeah, Boston, who won last night.
I watched a little bit of that game, but I was bored, so I stopped watching.
Yeah, they kind of blew out Denver. But it's, I mean, that's always the rumor of him going to Boston.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I would see him to go closer to home, go to place on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So,
have you had a chance to watch the Wizards this year?
I watched a little bit. Because I want to play that game. They have that game underneath, like who's going to score the next basket and stuff.
Okay.
They actually do that. But I did not watch last night's game. They lost to Miami, I know.
Yeah, I watched third or fourth quarters of that game, and they were actually playing decent defense. They were keeping it close, man. The problem with the Wizards, man, when I watch their games, because I've watched a couple games this week, they can score, but it seems like they're always playing catch
They're
up.
like the second or third highest offense in the NBA.
Yeah, man. But
they just can't play defense.
Yeah, and it's like they play absolutely no defense, man. And they're always playing from behind. It's like they're always playing catch up. And it's so hard to actually get a lead when your defense. It's like last night, man. It's like they play. It was a close game, man, and I give them credit. But then at the end of the day, man, they leave too many people open for open threes and stuff. There's really nothing contested. Don't see a lot of contested shots. It's just bad defense, man. But I like their offense. I mean, they can
Their
score.
Their offense is awesome.
Yeah, they can score.
Cannot stop anybody.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. And they won a road playing. You know, the Heat had on their Miami Vice, I guess they're Miami Vice.
Yeah,
uniforms.
Don Johnson, and Tubbs, Crockett and Tubbs.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it goes with the court too. They're matching up with the court. The court's in that theme, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, I was hoping the Wizards could have pulled it out. They kept it close in the fourth quarter, but Jimmy Butler and the Heat just broke away, man, and that was it. But man, just play some better defense, man.
Yeah. Well, speaking of hard to stop, Giannis.
Man.
Last night on his B-Day.
On his what?
B-Day.
Oh, that was his birthday. Oh, okay.
They blew out the Clippers.
Yeah.
119-91. He had 27 on his birthday. This makes the Clippers 16-7. And Kawhi, no load management, played.
Oh, okay.
In that game. So, yeah, Milwaukee is good, man.
Yeah. Yeah, even with some of the losses they took in the offseason, man, they're still good. They're still
20-3, 10-1 at home.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're on a roll, and they could be again the favorites in the East.
Yeah.
I know people kind of wanted to overlook them, but they got a really good team. And Giannis.
But who's going to challenge them in the East? Boston.
I mean, I'm not like I really believe in Boston, but yeah, Boston. Brooklyn's not going to this year, obviously. I mean, honestly, I really can't see, but I just think kind of people overlook them and take them for granted how good they are. But speaking of not being good, how about them Knicks? So they finally, even though I swear this was supposed to happen a month ago, they finally fired David Fizdale. Now, I don't even blame Fizdale for what was going on because they already put him out his feet to the fire a couple weeks ago. Like it was like a month ago when the general manager, everybody came out was just started blaming it. We should be better. But I'm like, who do you have on that team? How good do you think you are with nothing?
Yeah,
literally nothing on that team.
Right, your best players get traded away from the team, and there's just nothing, man.
But they were setting him up for failure, so now he's paid and he's free to go.
Yep. What's it going to take, man, for the Knicks to get better?
James Dolan.
Okay. That's what I was going to.
James Dolan
got to sell the team.
James Dolan is terrible. Look how this franchise has been since the last time they were anything. They've been nothing.
Wait a minute. When was the last time they were any good, man?
That's a long time ago. When they had Spreewell? I don't even know.
Yeah,
it was so long ago, man. They haven't been relevant. That's why people go to. Why would you go to MSG? Then you could just go to Brooklyn. That's why for the younger kids, there's no relevance to MSG. There's no relevance of the Knicks. There's no aura of it. You can go to Brooklyn. But before, no one you're not saying you didn't want to go to the Nets, but they played in New Jersey. There was still New York.
Yeah.
Now, they're just in another borough and they got a better organization. They have a better owner. They have a whole bunch of stuff. So why not? But, the Knicks just straight up garbage.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go see the Knicks play.
They have 4 wins. No,
yeah, 4 wins. They're like 4-21 or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I would go see the Knicks play only because I'm from New York, and the last time I was there, I got kicked out. So
wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I think I've heard this story. Wait,
you never heard this story? No. So my father and his friend and I was, I don't know, 10 or something like that. Went to my first ever and last ever Knicks game. His friend got a little bit too inebriated.
Okay.
Started jabbering at the guy sitting in front. This is like the first quarter.
Okay.
And we got kicked out. They kicked him out, so he didn't have a ride. So all of us got kicked. I mean, of course, me, I was 10. What did I do?
Right.
So it was my first and last next game.
I'm going to stay, Dad.
So that's a whole different story. But I was a little bit angry. I'm like, why did you bring him in the first place? That's what I was thinking. But it is what it is. So yeah, last time I was at MSG, I got Charles Oakley.
Wow, didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's a picture of her somewhere in MSG.
So
do not let this dude in. Now, that's funny. You've actually been kicked out of a stadium.
Yeah.
I almost got kicked out of a stadium.
You should have been.
No,
you were
I shouldn't.
just so obnoxious, and you were drinking way too much water that day. So who knows? Who knows what was going through your mind, young man?
That's funny. I gotta say this. Because I was watching the Lakers in Portland last night. And you know how I feel about uniforms, right?
Yes.
What do I hate when it comes to uniforms?
Black uniforms.
Be a little bit more specific.
When it's not in your color scheme.
Yes. Which is what the Lakers had on last night. They had some purple, but they had a black. But that's not what upset me. You know what else I don't like?
Nope.
I hate off-white uniforms, man.
Off-white?
Yes. Like Portland... Their jerseys, their uniforms, they weren't white. They weren't like a pure white. They were like off-white.
Oh, wouldn't they they're Rip City jerseys?
Yeah. But they're like this off-white. I can't stand it. And like Phillies, like the 76ers, they also have off-white unis. And the Phillies have these off-white unis as well.
The Lakers
like,
wore purple last night, by the way.
Huh? But they had there's some black in there. I think I saw some black.
Well, like Anthony Davis wears a black undershirt. But they wore purple.
No, I think I saw some black trim somewhere in there. But anyway.
So it's the black trim that's going to bother you.
Well, black should not be in the Lakers uniforms at all. Trim. They're purple and yellow.
No, but this is the only team, in all seriousness, this is the only team whose white jerseys I hate more.
Yeah.
The white ones I hate.
Right.
When they started wearing those white ones,
man. It's like, what are y'all doing?
I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
You wear purple on the road and gold at home.
Right.
Where does white business come from?
Exactly.
This is not, their white jerseys were so off. And I'm like, what is going on here? So, yeah, I definitely hate their white jerseys more than their...
yeah, but I just don't like off-white. I know the 76ers wearing off-white uni. Like I said, the Phillies, they wear off-white. I just don't like that off-white, man.
You said the Phillies?
Yeah, the Phillies.
Like
and
the baseball team.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
But they've always had...
No, they haven't always had the off-whites joint.
It's like a vanilla color.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like an off-white.
I don't
Ugh.
care about that. Plus, I hate the Phillies anyway.
I know, it's just... No, we're
Speaking
white,
of which,
man.
thank you for taking Wheeler from us, Zach Wheeler. 5 years, $118 million. Congrats to him.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
What? How much?
5 years, $118 million.
Wow. 5 years, $118 million for Zach Wheeler?
Yes, sir.
The heck?
Yeah.
I'm missing something?
So I'm hoping. Yeah, no.
It's almost $20 million a year, yo.
Well, yeah, there you go. But hey, congrats to him.
The heck?
He got paid. He was going to get paid $120 by the White Sox, but he decided to stay closer to home. I think his wife's from South Jersey. So congrats to him, man.
Wow.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll be our Bryce Harper. That's what I'm thinking. If we sell our team soon, oh my gosh, that's going to just be a win everywhere for me, man.
That is a shock, man. That's a lot of money for him.
Pitchers get paid. His second half is good.
I
His
get
second
that,
half
but
ERA
Zach
was a
Wheeler?
lot lower. Yeah, Zach Wheeler.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you heard about what the Orioles did this week, right?
No.
They traded Jonathan VR for a minor leaguer, and Dylan Bundy got traded to
Now, I know his
Angels. Yeah, starting pitcher, got traded for 4 minor leaguers. And people are upset. Like, what are you upset about? Is Dylan Bundy?
Is he like an ace?
No,
So
dude.
what are they upset about?
The last
Dylan
2 years,
Bundy?
he's been 8-16 with a high 4 ERA.
And he was traded for 4 prospects?
Yeah, and he was 7-15 this year with a 4.6.
And he was traded
ERA.
for 4 prospects, and people are upset.
Yeah.
That's 4 prospects.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. These aren't high-end
They can't be.
prospects.
But the fact that they probably have more, or at least one of them could have more potential than he has.
Yeah. It's
I think sometimes people just like names.
Yeah.
And if a name's going and you just get attached to it, then they just get hurt that they're not there. That's all.
Yeah. But baseball should be picking up steam a little bit more. I think the winter meetings are about to go on. I think the Orioles are looking to make some more trades. The only person I don't want to see traded is Trey Mancini. The Orioles better not trade him, man. He's good for this team. He's good for the community. And I know we're going through this rebuild right now, but we need a face. The fans need a face of the team. And he's a above average player, great team player. Like I said, great community guy. And we need someone like that on our team while we're going through this rebuild. But I'm actually excited about the Orioles this year.
Oh, good.
I think what they're going to do, even though we're trading away some veteran talent, I think they were holding back last year with some of the major prospects, and I think they're going to bring them up this year. So,
I was having this debate, and this is a good B-side debate anyway, because we're kind of done with this whole NBA side.
Yeah.
Do you think that Baltimore can sustain a NBA team?
Please.
I'm not talking about the Royal Farms Arena. I'm talking about if they revamp it. See, that's what I was saying.
No.
But everybody's like, yeah, and I think so. You could dream about those things. Baltimore is not the place. And I'm not, because again, I am an outsider, but I've been here long enough to know the infrastructure of the city and how everything goes. They cannot sustain a professional basketball team. Not like they would put one here anyway, but I think of course, me being biased, I think a professional soccer team would work here because it'd be a good rivalry between them and DC.
And people really do support the Blast. I mean, I know it's indoor soccer, but people really support the Blast, man.
And they should.
Yeah.
I mean, they should because they won a lot.
Yeah, it seems like they win just about every year, man.
Yeah, they used to be down at the arena. They now play at CQ Arena in Towson.
Wait a minute.
So,
for real?
Yeah. They've been there for the past 3 years.
I did not know that.
Yes. Yep, they've been at Towson. So that's how bad the arena's been that they've moved to Towson. Now again, it's a indoor soccer, so it's not like it's going to be a huge. You don't need a place that big.
Yeah,
really. And CQ's a lot smaller, and it's you could fill that a little bit easier. So.
We've talked about this, and I don't want to go on from the tangent too much. But wouldn't downtown in this city be so much more desirable, in a place that you would really want to go to if we had a state of the art arena with real acts and legit.
You still get good acts.
I know, man, but I just feel like, man, we could. I just feel like we could do more with a really good arena. Maybe if we didn't have NBA, maybe we could have the G League. I mean, I guess we still could have the G League or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we could. Look, I don't think we could sustain the NBA team, but I would like to see. Let's get an arena. Let's get a real arena and see what we could do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But no, I don't think the NBA is sustainable. But I would love to try to find out. It's just too tough because the Wizards are only 45 minutes away, man.
Yeah. And I used to remember, I've been here long enough when they used to play a game at the Baltimore Arena.
Yeah. I went to a game. Yeah, when the Wizards came to the arena. It was when Chris Webber was on the Wizards. Wow. I forgot who they played that night. Yeah. But I think it was the Chris Webber, Juwan Howard. No. Were they on the team together? They might have been.
In college.
I know, but I'm thinking they might have been on the Wizards together too. But it was definitely Chris Webber was on the team. But I don't know, man. We need.
How are your Terps doing, by the way?
Oh yeah, the Terps. Yeah,
they beat Notre Dame in the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
Yeah, and I'm pissed off because why can't we play? See, this is why I don't like Coach K. Because see, we should be playing Duke. We're the number 3 team in the country. Duke is number 1 or number 5 or number 4, whatever they are right now. The whole point of the Big Ten Challenge is you're supposed to have teams that are kind of comparable to each other playing.
That's why we gave you Notre Dame.
Man, the Terps are running all the way up and down the court on them dudes, man. Let's play a legit team. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, the Terps are now 9-0. They actually play Illinois today. I think that's today, actually.
That's a Big Ten game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big Ten starts today, so I'm going to check that out. But yeah, they're looking good. I just want them. I just wish they played, excuse me, a little bit of a tougher team. You know what I mean? To get, just to, when you're playing cupcakes and stuff, yeah, you could build up your record, but no, you got to play some more legit teams. I don't think we played enough. But we're about to go in the Big Ten, so.
Yeah, you're never going to play Duke again. You know that, right?
Unless we get.
It's a tournament game or something.
But it's all because of Coach K. Because he was pissed off that Maryland left the ACC.
And so
the ACC was one of the founding members. I mean, Maryland was one of the founding members of the ACC.
Yep. And so they don't deserve Duke.
And when he left, they don't deserve Duke. Nope. Excuse me? We don't deserve Duke?
Nope.
Don't you ever say that. Don't you ever say that.
I just said that.
We don't deserve Duke?
No.
Please.
You don't deserve
Please.
Duke.
Don't you ever say that. Don't you ever talk about my school like that. We don't deserve Duke.
I just said this.
They don't deserve us. That's why we rolled out. They didn't deserve us. Well, don't talk about my school like that. Don't you ever do that, man. We don't deserve. We don't
deserve Duke.
Dude. You know what?
That's the best thing I said all day. I love this. I love when this happens.
Dude, I'm so upset. I just can't believe you said that.
Well, of course I said
You don't deserve Duke. Give me a freaking break, dude.
No, you don't deserve Duke. I mean, why are we gonna? You sit here and you left us, and so why are we gonna give you the prettiest girl we have? We're not gonna do that anymore. Sorry. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I mean, Maryland. I mean, I don't have any issues with Maryland, the school. You know that. I don't have any issues with them. Them leaving, again, I grew up, my team, Florida State and stuff, wasn't even in the ACC at one point. We're outside. He's still upset, which is awesome. But Florida State came into the ACC, God, many moons ago now. It's been over 20 years, I think. And they started getting into the mix. We still had Sam Cassell. We had Bobby Sura, Charlie Ward on those teams that used to go into North Carolina, and Maryland always had their good team. They had Joe Smiths, and they I remember my second favorite player besides the General Gravis was Walt. What's his name?
Wizard? The Wizard?
Yeah, the Wizard.
Yeah,
Walt
Williams.
Williams, thank you. I knew it was two W's. I was like, it was two W's, I could not remember his name. And because he always wears socks high. You remember, he always have his high socks on. And I love Maryland school, but when they left, to me, they don't fit into the Big Ten, but it was a piece of the heart that is the ACC. So when they have this Big Ten ACC challenge, you're not going to have Duke versus Maryland.
Why?
Because it's not going to happen. No, if I was ACC, I would not.
Give me a good reason.
You left us. They're not going to sit here and give you
but
this.
We're playing in the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
So you'll get a team in the ACC. You'll get Florida State. You'll get Notre Dame.
We're the number 3 team in the country right now. We're ranked higher than Duke, and we don't deserve the right to play Duke in the ACC Big Ten. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? Don't sit up here and talk to me about that.
Did you play them? Have you played them since you
No, because of Coach K, and that's another reason why I can't stand them. And that's another reason why I can still hate Duke, even though we're not in the ACC. I hate Duke. I'll always hate Duke, and they'll always be my number 1 hated team. And don't you ever come on, man, here and tell me that we don't deserve Duke, dude. Seriously, don't do that, man.
I just said that. And there's a reason why. You're not going to play. I just explained it to you. It's not going to happen, people. So maybe he'll one day he'll realize it, but they're never going to play Duke unless it's an NCAA tournament, which would be great. It'd be a great game, but it's not going to happen in this atmosphere, so to speak. So hit that music, man. This is he's heated.
We don't deserve Duke.
No, but that's how they feel.
Talk about my school like that.
We went through this already.
Do we have a national championship?
No,
we have Big Ten. We've done well in the Big Ten.
No,
we don't deserve Duke.
No, they're never. Are you think you're ever going to play Duke in the Big Ten?
We're going to play Duke, and we're going to beat them for the freaking NCAA championship, man.
No, hell
screw
no.
Duke.
No,
man.
why?
I hate Duke. I hate him.
I would never want him to go
And
that
I hate
far.
Coach K. So screw you, Coach K. Next time we see you, we're gonna beat you down.
Wow, I think it's gonna be a fight.
Don't deserve Duke.
So you know what?
They don't deserve us.
We don't deserve all this fans that we have. So we appreciate everybody for tuning in to us and download us on Apple, on Google, on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're on iHeartRadio, on Spreaker, Stitcher, Overcast, Deezer. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support that you've given us. Of course, follow us on Facebook, where I'm going to be posting this. And, of course, on IG and on Twitter at NY2MD Podcast. And subscribe to us and give us a like on YouTube when our podcast goes down.
Except if you go to Duke.
Well, now, if you go to Duke, we still want you to listen.
No,
because we need more
Duke
listeners.
sucks.
No, we don't care. Just follow.
Duke doesn't deserve us. How about that?
We deserve listeners. And we'll see you next week.